All right, you've all seen the title, and there's a specific reason why this topic has come up in the workshop. Um, Kind of a dummy. So I have been doing a lot of 3D printing and prototyping and stuff for various projects in the shop. I have this general corner space which operates very, very well. And the cardboard box solution works very well for me in my ABS prints because my printer works perfectly well, but it doesn't have an enclosure. So I built one. Anyway, so with that comes obstacles. And for those who haven't observed the background of my shop, I like to hang the tails of my airplanes or an airplane that I can still fly. That's storage. But yeah, all of these are all reminders of dumb things that I've done as a pilot that yeah, maybe I should pay attention to. So removing this box, this particular Corsair tail, yeah, it fell down. It fell down, go boom, straight down below. My transmitter was sitting right here because I was also working on something on the computer with the transmitter, and it fell on the screen and broke the handle. Now, for those who don't know, inside the handle of the X20 series is the 900 megahertz transmitter wire, the antenna. Okay, so that is what is inside. Now, honestly, I would rather have this part break than the screen, and the screen did not break. Took it very, very well. So that weight falling from that height and that crunching was not from the fall, but was from the previous owner of that model dropping it on its tail. I just want to point that out so that I'm completely transparent about all of this. There was a mishap, and mishaps happen. And I'm fortunate enough that FreeSky actually lets you do these kinds of repairs. Who'd have thought that makers and tinkerers can remove a couple of screws? Seriously, give us a little more credit. Thank you very much. So with this repair, I have contacted my local FreeSky dealer, who is Anthony Ramirez at FPV Builds RC, and he popped a new one in the mail to me, and I paid him some money, and it got sent to me. These handles go, for what I've seen on the internet, average around $20. So it's really not much, and it really is just broken plastic. So all I need to do is pull the case apart and remove a couple of things, and I'm going to show you guys the process. Should be straightforward. Let's find out. All right, so for me, in my case, I have one of the hard cases for my radio. I paid extra for that, and it makes a wonderful work surface to work on my radio. It protects my gimbals if I just flip it straight over and slide it into the slot. So that's what I'm going to do. Using a 3mm ball head driver to remove these screws. They're not Phillips, they're hex head. And I guess, honestly, before I try taking this clamshell apart, let's remove our multi-protocol module. And we'll also remove the battery. Whoop, there goes the screw on the floor. Okay, battery's out. I've got 2 screws. There's the third one. And the fourth one from the floor. So now it's recommended to pull the trim levers off. Not trim, these are the slider levers. All right, so now my radio. I don't use the covers because I hate them. And so I should be able to just start by prying the case apart a little bit right here. Nope, that's not what I needed to happen. Come on. Come on. All right, there we go. Now, open this up, and usually if you're going to work on the radio, you turn this, and so my configuration doesn't really allow that much. But since we're pulling this apart anyway, there is an antenna connection right here. This antenna connection, that one right there. So just so you know, there's a little bit of like epoxy stuff here, and once you break that free, it doesn't go back. It's not re-sticky, okay? So I have to remove that anyway, so I'm going to pull it off. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to plug in my glue gun. Glue gun is plugged in. So now in order to remove everything, I need, looks like a Phillips screwdriver head. I'm going to use a number 1. That looks about the right size. It is 1, 2. Ah, there's a long one and a short one. Okay, so the short one goes up top, and there's a retaining bracket. It looks like that just pushes out. And there's the broken handle removed. Yep, short one on top, long one on the bottom. Ah. Okay, so I just figured this out. So these brackets are actually side specific because there is a notch that will fit into a very asymmetrical slot that's on the handle. So make sure that if you're putting it back together and you think it don't fit, it do fit. You just got to think through it a little bit harder. We'll put the short screws in first. All right, and that's it. I'm gonna situate my grips a little bit since it slipped off when I was pulling this out, and I'll come back ready for reassembly. Okay, we're back. You just have to make sure that these tabs are back in, these rubber tabs, as well as these little knobs. And when you push those through, you can tug on them a little bit, but don't pull too hard because you might pull it off, and then it might be difficult if you have issues in the future. So just be gentle with those. All right, so the way that we go back together is exactly in reverse. But I've been warned by Anthony that when you put this back together, you put this antenna connection on, it does snap in, but there's no sensor to tell you that your antenna is not plugged in. So it's important to put like a little drop of hot glue on here to make sure that it stays in and that you don't have some sort of issue in flight, okay? So I've got my hot glue on. It was dripping on my pads, so we're just going to put a little dab. Little dab will do you. And then lick your finger first so you don't burn it. And then smush it in there. And that's all I'm going to do. Now I'm going to put my clamshell back on. And that's it. Put it back together. All right, let's put screws in. Next, I'm going to put my rotator sliders back on. Pretty straightforward since the shape is pretty universal. Make sure it's pushed in all the way and that it's going from stop to stop. Put my multi-protocol module in because that's easy. And then the battery. All right. I have a handle again. Make sure it powers up.
Welcome to Ethos. Switch warning. Throttle release.
There we
Throttle
go.
hold.
Very good. Good as new. All right, so I'm set. Minor repair to the radio, minor distraction in the shop. I've got so many things I'm working on. Made some planning progress on the 44 this week. Made a huge order to Dubro as well as Windcatcher RC. I'll get more on that. More information coming. We've got to work out some CAD designs before I can proceed with the 44. So I need stuff to come and need to address those. Have an update on that very shortly. In the meantime, I hope you guys enjoy the Dubro Masterclass. The Ryan PT22 is coming along great. It's really got a lot of progress. I'm excited for you guys to tune in and get an update on that in the next installment, which should be here toward the end of January. And then we'll cover again at the beginning of February to get back on track. It's really, really fun project. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys need any other hardware needs, make sure you're stopping over to Dubro. Seriously, a whole bunch of stuff is on its way to me. It's caught up in some winter storms, which is why I'm addressing this issue, because I don't have much physically to show you guys just yet on the 44. But anyway, patience. It's a good quality to have as a builder. Anyway, until next time, keep fixing those flying works of art.